I have something that I'd like to start out with before we jump into our awesome set. So we all have different tiny moments when we first get to camp that help us feel like we are back home. For some, it might be the sounds of people splashing and swimming in the lake. For others, they might feel at home with that first bite of blackberry pie. I know that we'll all be missing these moments this year, so I thought that I would share one of mine here as a form of kind of guided meditation. So, you're all seeing this picture here. Hillcrest, brown, who brown, plain, beautiful. Music and love inside. Terrible slope in front of Hillcrest. Deceiving, not little. Thighs burning, lungs complaining. The start of a brand new week at camp. So every year I feel like there's one person that jumps into Coffee House just head first, and I'm really excited to welcome Guy Loftman to our virtual Coffee House stage. So take it over, Guy.
Hey, Laurel, thanks so much. I'm gonna sing maybe two songs, in fact, fragments of two songs. One is a recently discovered verse Woody Guthrie wrote to a song, I Ain't Got No Home in the World Anymore, was found in the Woody Guthrie archives in Tulsa. And Woody, of course, was a pacifist, and he was also a great advocate of racial justice. And he, when World War II, they were threatening to draft him, he found if he went in the Merchant Marines, which is the ones that the civilian ships that ferry troops and supplies across the Atlantic, he could not have to serve in the Army. So it's not a lot safer. One of his ships was torpedoed, and another hit a mine, but he survived. And after the war, he was eligible for veterans benefits, which is really a big deal. And he was living in New York and got a apartment in a place called Beach Haven. Now, the problem, it turned out, was that Beach Haven was owned by a man whose name was Fred Trump. And Fred was Donald's father. And after he'd lived there for a while, Woody looked around and said, you know, this place is all white. He wanted a more colorful neighborhood. And so he wrote this verse to his old song. Beach Haven ain't my home. I can't pay them rent. My money's down the drain. My soul is badly bent. Beach Haven looks like heaven where no black ones come to roam. No, 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 old man Trump. Old Beach Haven ain't my home. So that's Woody's take on the Trump family. The other song I'm going to sing is another fragment of a song, and it's a song I learned in 1979, our very first year at Lake Geneva, which is the predecessor of MUUSA at Trout Lodge. And the musician in residence and choir director was a woman whose name is Carolyn McDade. And she introduced us to Spirit of Life and We'll Build a Land and those songs which have really since then become absolute Unitarian Universalist anthems. But another song she sang for us is not well known, and it's called What Did Eve Do with the Apple? Well, Connie and I had two children at the time, Eric, who was one, and Eve, who is now better known by most of us, many of us, as Eve Cusack, was 3. Well, I was very excited about this, What Did Eve Do with the Apple song? And we took Eve over to meet Carolyn McDade, and Carolyn gave a private concert just for Eve and Eric and Connie and me. And I remember from 1979, the chorus and first verse of the song. Now, if you want to know why I can't remember your name without looking at your name tag, even though I see you every year, I can't explain that. So here is What Did Eve Do with the Apple? Tell me, what did Eve do with the apple, my friend? What did Eve do, I say? Tell me, what did Eve do with the apple, my friend? Did she hide it? Did she eat it? Did she give it all away? When Eve left that garden, that holy, happy place, she left with all her wisdom, which some folks call disgrace. When she got outside of those patriarchal gates, she sat down with her apple and began to contemplate. Tell me, what did Eve do with the apple, my friend? What did she do, I say? Tell me, what did Eve do with the apple, my friend? Did she hide it? Did she eat it? Did she throw it all away? Thanks, friends. See you next week.
Everybody take a moment and
Yeah.
Yay! Whoa!
Yay.
I like how the cheering comes in bursts. That's pretty cool. All right, gotta switch our camera view spotlight. Here we go. All right. Thanks so much for that, Guy. That was really nice. Oh, I made a note here that I wanted to say I miss your face and I miss your overalls. So just needed to let you know that. Up next, you might have heard her when you came in. My favorite pianist and our camp pianist, Miss Bonnie Ettinger, gonna play some tunes for us. Don't forget to unmute yourself, Bonnie.
I just did. All right, I'm gonna do a little medley, and one song is called Say, and it's from the Cinema Paradiso, and it's something I would just love if somebody would sing next year at camp. A friend of mine who was going to come to camp this year sings it. He's a wonderful baritone, and hopefully he'll come next year, but he sings it in Italian. It's beautiful. And then I'll do a little bit of Oscar Peterson's Hymn to Freedom, which is another one that I would like to learn to play better. I'm only going to play a part of it. And I'll end up with my own little special favorite, which I wish was our national anthem, which is America, my arrangement of that. I miss you all. Look forward to seeing you next week. America with Real America.
Yay!
Bonnie. Thank you so much, Bonnie. It wouldn't be Coffee House without you, so thank you. Up next is a gentleman that I'm told had some unfortunate circumstances over the past couple of years. So he wanted to come, he and his family actually wanted to come to MUUSA last year. They had a family emergency, so they couldn't come. And then they were planning on coming this year. Now there's a virus. So I'm looking forward to meeting you next week. And right now we're gonna see a performance from Les Tacey.
Hi, everybody. My name is Les Tacey. I'm from the Cincinnati, Ohio area, and I attend the Heritage Unitarian Universalist Church.
Our first technical difficulty. I believe in you, John. That's all right. Well, he figures that out. I have a joke. For any YAs in the audience, I have the worst idea for a birthday present ever. Bonnie Tyler's GPS system. It keeps telling you to turn around. And then every once in a while it falls apart. All right, whatever. If you guys don't appreciate it,
But we need it now, tonight. We need it more than ever.
Then you give so you're not seeing it now? It's there. I'm sharing, but it says it's sharing, but it's not showing. So.
Aw, bummer.
John, we could see it.
You what?
We could see when you were sharing.
You were sharing your screen, and then it stopped sharing.
It was just waiting for it to press start.
All right, can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's supposed to be lit up on my screen, and it's not giving that cue. See, as a community, we can do this.
Whee!
Hi, everybody. My name is Les Tacey. I'm from the Cincinnati, Ohio area, and I attend the Heritage Unitarian Universalist Church. Written by Paul McCartney, this song, Fool on the Hill, is about a person who's considered a fool by others, but whose foolish demeanor actually is an indication of wisdom. That's why I like this song. We often overlook the wisdom in others, perhaps thinking they are insignificant, but as we look deeper, we can see the wisdom they possess. Day after day, alone on a hill, the man with the foolish grin is sitting perfectly still, but nobody wants to know him. They can see that he's just a fool. He never gives an answer, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Well on the way, head in the cloud, the man with 1,000 voices speaking perfectly loud, but nobody ever hears him or the sound he appears to make. He never seems to notice, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. tell what he wants to do, and he never shows his feelings, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. He never listens to them, he knows that they're the fools. They don't like him, the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round.
Wow, thank you.
Good job, Les.
All right, wow. I can't wait to hear that in person too. You got quite a voice. Thank you so much, Les. Up next, we have one of our youths who's going to perform some Rubik's Cube feats. So everyone, please welcome Ben Phillips to the stage.
Hello, this is Ben Phillips from Orland Park, Illinois. You may have heard of the traditional Rubik's Cube, but have you ever heard of the 2x2 or the 4x4 or even the 5x5? Sometimes there are even 6x6s and 7x7s. And then there's also some strange puzzles, such as the cube. It looks like it turns on the corners, but it turns on the face. And then the square one looks like it doesn't turn at all, but it turns and it changes its shape when you turn it. And then there's also a cube called a Megaminx. It's like the regular cube, except it has 12 sides and it takes a lot longer. So now but for the sake of time, why don't we be doing a 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, and a 5x5, because all these other cubes take too long. So bye.
Wow, thank you, Ben. Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ben. I always love seeing you perform. I like the fact that you and my nephew Avery share the Rubik's Cube love in common. And I like to see the playful competition that goes on between the two of you. Up next, we have a Beethoven piece that is, oh, I'm sorry, I have an announcement. I'm being told that it's a bit easier if everyone tries to mute themselves. So you unmute, you clap, or you cheer, and then you mute. I'm sorry, I know it's not ideal, but that would be easiest if you can do that. It would be much appreciated. And we will also attempt to mute anyone that should be muted. So up next is a Beethoven piece by our favorite upright bassist, Tracy Dula. Love your smiling face, Tracy. And I would like to introduce another representative up onto the stage with Tracy now. And some of you may have met him last year, Mr. Nate Thomas and Tracy performing.
Love will find a way. Love will find a way. Love will find a way. Love will find Beautiful, beautiful. Very unique.
All right. Thank you so much for submitting recordings. Even if you can't be here, it means a lot to me to see everybody gathered in one place for the sake of entertainment. I think we definitely all need it right now. So up next, we have one of my good friends from the DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church. I will let her introduce herself. Karen Seymour Elves.
Yay.
Come on up. Uh-oh. Well, you can just keep looking at me while we figure out where Karen is. She's around here somewhere.
I'm here.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Karen, how you logged in on? What name?
Karen Seymour Elves.
Are you under there? There you are.
Yep.
We got to find you.
I was just surprised. So as I'm starting this, I wanted to tell you that when I wrote this story, I wrote it for a non-MUUSA audience. It was like for the Moth stage. So these are people who wouldn't have known what Unitarian Universalists were and would not have understood MUUSA. So that's just an FYI before we start. So every year I go to a Unitarian Universalist summer camp. It's called MUUSA, and it's in Missouri. And if you don't know what Unitarian Universalism is, and you have a hard time picturing what a church summer camp might look like, just to give you an idea, in the morning, I might go kayaking or skeet shooting with a friend I met that morning at breakfast. And in the afternoon, I might spend time with her partner knitting while learning how to overthrow the patriarchy and doing yoga. And it is a wonderful experience. I love everyone there. I've made some of my best friends in my life at MUUSA. And one year I thought, you know, I've shot skeet and I've, you know, worked on overthrowing the patriarchy and I'm sunburned. So I'm going to try something a little bit less strenuous. I'm going to do hiking. And that seems pretty doable, right? Simple. It's hiking. And I sign up for the hiking workshop and we all gather at the lodge and there's 10 of us. And the hiking leader says, we are going to look for volunteers to drive today. And I'll need 2 volunteers. And 2 people step up and say, we can take your car. And my friend Karen volunteers her car. And I think that's really strange. And then she turns and looks at me and says, you understand when I said we could take my car, that I meant, we'll take my car, but you'll be driving. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes so much more sense now. Thank you. And we pile in the car and the men get in one car and the women get in the other car. And we head towards the entrance. And just to give you an idea, we're in rural Missouri. And when you pull out of camp, 20 minutes in one direction is food and gas and alcohol. And the other direction is forest. It's the Mark Twain National Forest. And of course, we get to the end of the driveway and I'm driving and we turn right deeper into the forest. And also in my car, next to me is Karen, the owner of the car, and she's a little anxious. So she's talking through it. We're all doing our thing. We're all kind of being who we are. And she's going, you know, I'm not sure where we're going. Do you think I wore enough sunscreen? You know what George asked me to do? George asked me to get hair product. Where does he think I'm going to get hair product in the middle of the forest? I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm not going to get him hair product. And in the back seat, I have Elaine. And Elaine is really mellow. And Elaine's back there going, this is going to be great, you guys. This is going to be so much fun. We're going to have a really good time. And also in the back seat is Sani. And Sani always has a very strong opinion about everything. And that would be incredibly annoying, except she's so often right. Okay, so we're driving and Elaine's saying it's going to be great and Karen's being anxious and Sani's like, I'm feeling good about this. This is going to be good. And we're we're driving for a while, and I am kind of the navigator, and I like to organize things, and I like everything to be in its place, and I like to manage situations. So I'm driving and I'm adjusting the seat and I'm checking out the controls, and past the point of no return, I look down at the dashboard and I say, Karen, what is this little 0 here on the dash? And Karen says, oh, that's how far we can go before we run out of gas. And the car gets really quiet for the first time on this drive. I'm like, okay. And I immediately ease my foot off the gas and I start coasting, and I'm looking to the right. Well, there's a driveway we can coast into if we need to. And there's some gravel on the side of the road. And oh my God, if we run out of gas here, we're going to die. And Karen starts doing what Karen does. And she's like, what was I thinking? Why didn't George tell me we were out of gas? Why was George talking about hair conditioner? Elaine is like, you guys, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's all going to work out. And Sonny is back there thinking. She's like, I'm sure it's going to be okay. We'll work it out. And we decide as a group that we are just going to follow the guys into the forest, and we're going to hike, because we can just as soon run out of gas after a beautiful hike as we can without a beautiful hike. So we might as well hike. And we get there, and I park the car, and I kind of try to park it level. And we get out, and we go for this beautiful hike. And as we come back to our car, one of the women finally tells the guys, so hey, we're completely out of gas. One of the men bravely and immediately steps up and says, oh, do you want me to drive the car for you? And we're like, oh, that's cool. Thanks so much. I'm pretty sure I can run out of gas just as easily as you can run out of gas in the middle of the woods. So, okay, what we would like you to do, though, is we would like you to get in your car and follow us. So when we inevitably run out of gas, a bunch of us can pile into your car, someone will stay with me and you'll go get us gas, and we'll at least be closer to them. And they agree, and they're like, okay, that's fine. And we get in, and I start it up, and we are all in our car being exactly who we are and who we can't help but being. Elaine's sure it's going to be fine. Sonny's thinking to herself. Karen's being anxious. And we get to the main road. And as we roll down the hill towards the main road, there is a stop sign. And to the left is town, which is way too far away, and the lodge, way too far away. We are running out of gas, and we know it. And to the right is just more forest as far as the eye can see. And my plan is to just look both ways really fast and coast out onto the road and try to use as little gas as possible. And we're approaching this stop sign, and Sonny suddenly says, you know, I think we should go right. Silence again. We're like, do you have a reason to think we should go right? Sonny's got no real reason. She says, I have a feeling that we should go right. And the car's quiet. And I think, what the hell? We know we're dead in the water that way. We might as well go right. So we get to the end of the road. I slow down just a little bit, enough to make sure we're not going to die. And I wrench the wheel hard to the right, and I veer off to the right. And the car full of guys behind us explodes. And they're yelling, and they're waving their arms. And they're like, where are you doing? Where are you going? Because they think we're morons. And we've gone the right way. And we're making it worse. And they're following us, and they're trying to wave us down. And we zoom around the next corner, and I am looking for places to pull over when we run out of gas. And Karen's being worried, and Elaine's sure it's going to be okay. We crest the next hill, and off in the distance, like a beacon, I see a rusty, double-wide trailer with a single pump in front of it. And we roll down the hill, and we coast to a stop in front of the pump. And Karen gets out and pumps gas and then goes inside to pay because, you know, that's how it works there. The men, meanwhile, have pulled up on the side of the parking lot, and they have not gotten out to congratulate us. They haven't said a word at all. And Karen comes back out, and she looks at us, and she holds something up in her hands to show us. and we are all in awe. Because that, my friends, is the day that my friend Sani manifested not only gas, but hair conditioner in the middle of the Mark Twain National Forest in the Ozarks.
Well done.
Thank you so much, Karen.
And hair conditioner.
Wait.
Other than thanks.
Oh, I'm so glad that George got his hair conditioner because that's
George got his hair conditioner.
very important.
I left out the person who was with us in the car that had never met us before, that never said a single word the entire trip.
That makes it even more crazy.
It is even better. She was like, I'm staying out of this madness. Thank you.
Did she ever come back?
She did. She's been a camper ever since. She loves us. She comes every year.
I can kind of speak from experience. Like the fourth person, I'm pretty sure like knows the antics that happen in that car, and then they're just like, it's nothing new. So, anyways, on to our next performance is something that I think a lot of campgoers, young and old, and LGSA and MUUSA can definitely remember and appreciate. And I'm going to ask Ken Sharp to come up to the stage and introduce everyone. Ken Sharp. Uh-oh.
Hi, folks.
Hi, Ken.
How's the sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, Johnny, you going to take care of the audio?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I'll just do all the intro of the three tunes at once. So, 40 years ago, there was a now legendary workshop on string bands taught by Maynard and Sarah Johnson. People invented their own instruments like diddly bows. I borrowed a guitar and played literally until I had blood blisters on Thursday. We played Angeline the Baker, the only song we learned all week, at the closing ceremony. The next year, there was an impromptu string band, and the next, and we've been going now for 40 years. It's been a big part of my camp. There have been some amazing musicians in every sense of that word that I've encountered, made some of the best friends I have in my life in that band. But how do we be a virtual band this year? Well, my idea was to record a tune, kind of what we call a click track, except instead of a metronome, I recorded a melody on the computer, sent that to my band buddies, and asked them to record themselves playing along, send me the recordings, and I would splice them together. Well, I got two of our fiddlers, Jeff and Jaden Smith-Bourne, involved. So they're kind of the backbone. And then I recorded 2 or 3 tracks of my own. And then I had to generate tracks for the band members who weren't able to participate. So in the end, I ended up with about 16 tracks at the end of the first number, this huge wall of sound, because I think Phil Spector was once a band member. The first tune is Golden Slippers. You certainly heard the band play that over the years. It started off life as kind of a somber religious song and got secularized and much improved into the song that's now used as the Mummers Parade anthem in Philadelphia every New Year's Day. There'll be 4 rounds of Golden Slippers. Jeff is featured in rounds 1 and 3 in both the fiddle and guitar, Jaden in round 2, everybody in round 4. And I'm playing the accordion and hammered dulcimer in there somewhere. Then we'll do a French-Canadian tune, Hommage Edmond Perrozot. It's a contemporary tune and become a classic among the contradance community. And finally, we can't have a last resort string band performance without the Irish Washerwoman. So I kind of cheated, because in 2010, our set was recorded, And the recording of the washerwoman came out pretty well. So we'll finish with that. And then I'll turn it over to John.
Yay!
Wow. Jason. Oh man.
Well-deserved applause there.
Thanks, Ken. Thanks for everyone. That was an amazing compilation. Thank you so much for putting that together. I got chills with that last song, so thank you so much. All right. Let's put there we are. There I am. All right. So we do have an intermission planned. It's looking like it's going to happen in about 15 minutes, maybe. So if you can hold it, you won't miss anybody. But, you know, we won't blame you if you get up. Up next, I would like to welcome the revered, the ever well-known Mr. Jim Simonis to the stage. Come on up.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I wasn't that I would usually use, so I'm gonna to cut down on my bandwidth. I'm gonna stop my video. So there we go. Video stopped. Hopefully that'll help. Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can.
All right. We lost John Prine this past year, and in one of his songs, "Angel from Montgomery," he sings as a woman. And though I'm no John Prine in this song, I'm going to sing as a woman, and it's kind of topical. Now I can tell by the way you move, you think you're a real cool guy, that you can get anything you want without even having to try. But before you get all worked up and think that with me you'll play, I've got something you should know, 'cause this is all I got to say. Stay 6 feet away. That's the only game I'll play. I'm not gonna take a chance on a coronavirus romance. No matter what you try to do, you won't get the time of day. No, my common sense will see me through and stay 6 feet away. Just because we both come out to walk our dogs at 7 doesn't mean I have interest in whatever you call heaven. No matter how you make your insistence, we don't need to talk on the phone. Just keep your social distance with a 6 feet security zone. Stay 6 feet away. That's the only game I'll play. I'm not gonna take a chance with a coronavirus romance. No matter what you try to do, you won't get the time of day. My common sense will see me through and stay 6 feet away. No matter what you try to ask, the answer will be no way. Just keep your face behind that mask and stay 6 feet away.
Way to go, Jim.
This other song I'm doing, I've done this every year for a while now, and oh hell, this year should be this week should be no different. So here we go, and it's kind of appropriate that I turn my video off for this song. I'm not a handsome man. In fact, I'm ugly as sin. When I see my reflection in my front door, I'm afraid to let myself in. My nose is bashed, my ears pulled back, my eyes don't match in their place. The first time women catch sight of me, they scream and run from my face. But there might be a chance for me for romance to come shining through. Just follow this simple instruction. Here's what you must do. Take off your glasses and love me. Let's see if some passion will stir. If when you look deep into my eyes, I become a great big blur. Take off your glasses and love me. I know things will work out just right if you use your imagination instead of using your sight. Now you probably thought no good could come from needing those glasses to see. But blindness could work in your favor when you're face to face with me. Go on, indulge in fantasy. Imagine your dream man of choice. If you want to make love to Schwarzenegger, I'll put Arnold in my voice. Who knows what your mind will show you? Take your hand and follow me. Though we may not know where we're going, we'll be stumbling towards ecstasy. So take off your glasses and love me. Let's see if some passion will stir. If when we look deep inside my eyes, I become a great big blur. Take off your glasses and love me. I know things will work out just right if you use your imagination instead of using your sight. If you use your imagination instead of using your sight.
Yay! A real class.
Oh,
What a classic.
There I am again. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks so much, Jim.
yeah, that's so cool.
Gosh, that is definitely a thing that I need each year, I guess, is Jim Simonis singing Take Off Your Glasses and Love Me. Although maybe the COVID version is take off your mask and love me. But then that goes against the social distancing song, so I don't know. There's too many rules, too many guidelines. All right. Up next, we have a little bit of more piano. We have Holling Smith Bourne going to play for us.
Hi, MUUSA friends. My name is Holling Smith Bourne, and I'm here in the sanctuary of the First UU Church of Nashville, Tennessee. I'm here by myself. Like most churches, we haven't held a live service since the middle of March, but I thought you might enjoy seeing our space here at the church, as well as listening to our Steinway grand piano and the wonderful acoustics that we have in this space due to the Tennessee quarry stone. The piece I'd like to play for Coffee House is Over the Rainbow, a jazz arrangement by Johnny Moon. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you next week.
you. Thank you.
Wow, that was really wonderful. Gosh, we have so many amazing people playing, and I'm so thrilled that everyone wanted to participate. And you know, even though it may not take as much gumption to put a video of yourself out there as it is to get up on stage, it still takes a lot of guts. So my hat's off to all the performers and for all the artists, really. So it seems only apropos to book next guest up on stage. Probably if you've only been to MUUSA, you haven't met this person, but maybe someday you will if you come to MUUSA. So everyone, please welcome Paige Schwartz to the stage.
Hi, everybody. I thought there was going to be a little more notice. I'm not even sure that I'm tuned up. Can you all hear me?
Yes, and take your time, Dave.
All right, thank you.
Tune up. There's no pressure. Tell some jokes. We're good.
I even have the background all made special. Hang on.
I can see some of the mussels in the water. Oh, not anymore.
There, that's better. I definitely don't want to be staring at myself this whole time.
Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about
the slightest clue if you can still see me, but
how long did you go to?
A second ago when I was looking at that other screen, you could still see me and hear me, right?
Yeah, we can see and hear you.
All right. Well, I'm not going to be able to see if anybody's objecting, so I hope this goes okay. Anyway, hi, everybody. My name is Dave Schwartz. I have not been at camp in, well, honestly, a long time. And so first, thank you very much for welcoming me to this. This is a nice opportunity for me to feel connected to this community that I haven't been part of for a long time. And I hope for the people who go back to LGSA that these songs are a reminder of happy times for that crowd. And for newer campers, I hope there's something here you can sort of translate into your own experience and enjoy. But the first song I'm going to sing is called the Lake Geneva Song. Sunday comes and Sunday goes. Monday and Tuesday wrap themselves around me. Wednesday comes and I'm afraid we're headed out instead of headed in. Thursday I promise to cherish every moment. Friday I promise I'm never gonna sleep again. But when Mother Nature sings a song, love and life and laughter, I believe it. And if you hear a whisper across the water, raise a cup to Lake Geneva. Raise a cup to Lake Geneva. Raise a cup to Lake Geneva. Well, maybe in a month or two, maybe in time we will take this place for granted. Maybe it's only precious because it ends too soon. Maybe we'd all grow tired. Maybe they run out of miracles to feed us. Maybe there's only so much magic in the room. But when Mother Nature sings her song of love and life and laughter, I believe it.
written on papers, and the brave, sick, and stupid make their way back up to Vision Hill. And then halfway through the morning, we're halfway gone already. And we promise each other always to remember, and I think we will. I think we will. So raise a cup to Lake Geneva. Raise a cup to Lake Geneva.
Woo, excellent. Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
The next song that I'm going to play is, at least when I was playing every year at Lake Geneva, this was what I sort of considered my greatest hit. It's the one that a lot of people ask for. It's called The Lesson of Mr. Wine's Candles. It's a lot quieter. I hope this is something you can hear. Little tree watched him kneel down gently and light a candle he placed on the floor. Little tree went to ask his grandma, who told him what it's for. Mr. Wine came across the ocean. He left a mother and daughters back home. At certain times they would all light candles and none would be alone. Willow John would understand the lesson of Mr. Wine's candles. When a part of us isn't at hand, we could use a little sign to hold on like a handle. We could use a little sign to hold on, to hold on, to hold on. And look at me on this big adventure. Look at me how I'm brave and I'm strong. But even now, in the quiet moments, I wonder where everyone's gone. In the drawer, there's a pen and paper. Down the hall to the right, there's a phone. But even these couldn't hold a candle to this one all aglow. Willow John would understand the lesson of Mr. Wine's candle. When a part of us isn't at hand, we could use a little sign to hold on like a handle. We can use a little sign to hold on, to hold on,
to hold on. Little tree went to see the nations. Willow John had warned him before. And living deeper in isolation, the candle keeps me warm. Willow John would understand the lesson of Mr. Wine's candles. When a part of us isn't that hand, we could use a little sign to hold on like a handle. We could use a little sign to hold on, to hold on, to hold on, to hold on, to hold on. We could use a little sign to hold on. We could use a little sign to hold on. We can use a little sign to hold on, to hold on.
Wonderful.
Awesome. I know that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know that I'm supposed to be limited to 10 minutes, and I planned 2 songs, but I got a request, and so I'm gonna do the thing that so many of you love and so many of you hate. So this is an old Jamaican folk song called "Judy Not Drowned." And by the way, it's supposed to be a sing-along. Feel free. Obviously, we can't sync this up, and I can't do it all night long, but I'll go through it a couple of times. There's only 3 lines. If you're new to this one, it's not hard to learn. Won't you build upon the rock, my friends, and not upon the sinking sand? Won't you build upon the rock, my friends, and not upon the sinking sand? For when the rain come down and the flood rush in, everybody called out, Judy drowned. For when the rain come down and the flood rush in, everybody called out, Judy drowned. Judy not drowned. Judy not drowned. I rescued her in my boat, yeah. Judy not drowned. Judy not drowned. I rescued her in my boat, yeah. So this is fun. Now normally, of course, this is where Tom and I would vamp, and he would finally leave the stage because he couldn't stand it anymore. And I gotta tell you, it's really very rewarding for me to see some of you singing and clapping while I do this, even if it's a little out of sync. I honestly don't care. Anyway, I used to forget the words, and I remember Tyler Dustin yelling up at me, "It's build, it starts with build." Won't you build upon the rock, my friends, and not upon the sinking sand? Won't you build upon the rock, my friends, and not upon the sinking sand? For when the rain come down and the flood rush in, everybody called out, Judy drowned. For when the rain come down
not drowned. I rescued her in my boat, yeah. All right, one more time for the folks who are just learning the words, and then we'll call it a night. Won't you build upon the rock, my friend, and not upon the sinking sand? Won't you build upon the rock, my friend, and not upon the sinking sand? For when the rain come down and the flood rushed in, everybody called out, Judy drowned. For when the rain come down and the flood rushed in, everybody called out, Judy drowned. Judy not drowned. Judy not drowned. I rescued her in my boat, yeah. You sing it. Rescued her in my boat, yeah.
Woo!
Come back, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Come back to camp.
Happy to know you.
You have to come back.
Everybody wants you to come back, Dave. My first introduction to Paige Schwartz was when I was in BERT in the high school program. And he was a counselor one year, and he taught me the Ice Cream Song by Sarah McLachlan. And gosh, we sang that until we were hoarse, just with anything and everything. So we have one more act before our intermission. So I'd like to introduce our favorite cajon player, Sam Buffalo. Come on up. Sam Buffalo.
Hi, my name is Sam Buffalo, and I attend the Unitarian Church in Columbia, Missouri. This was going to be my third summer in a row at MUUSA, and one of my favorite activities the past 2 summers has been the coffee house. So thank you so much for Laurel for hosting again. Now, the past 2 summers, I have played a solo on my slap-top cajon, and I didn't want to risk playing live tonight because I was afraid it would interfere with my 3-year-old's bedtime. So I recorded a solo a couple of weeks ago, and I call it the Corona Cajon Solo. Enjoy.
awesome. Remarkable.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Delicious things to eat. The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Let's play Refreshment Quiz. What's crunchy, crispy, tasty, butter-drenched? You're right. Our hot buttered popcorn. What's bubbly, refreshing, ice-cold, delicious, and thirst-quenching? Right again. Our ice-cold soft drinks. What's nourishing, flavorful, and so good to eat? Right again. Our mouth-watering candy bars. Hot buttered popcorn. Ice-cold soft drinks. Mouth-watering candy bars. Why not get some in the lobby right now?
That's a good idea. I do feel a little hungry and thirsty.
Okay, let's go to the lobby for a snack. Whoa! Hey, where you all are going?
Why, we're going to the lobby for some of that delicious popcorn.
Popcorn? Hey, wait for old Tex. I'm hungry too. Hi there, Tex. Have some popcorn. Beats hay any day. Well, dust my britches. Just look at that. Candy, popcorn, cold drinks, everything. That's right.
Hi. You hungry? Looking for a tempting treat? Hold on till I absorb some heat. Some added tang might please you too. I'll slide into an oven-fresh bun, and I'm ready for your eating fun.
Why don't you try a juicy good hot dog? Mmm, delicious. Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. Promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now.
Let's
And now, before the next show starts, let's enjoy an intermission. You'll find our snack bar chock full of good things to eat and drink. Tasty, tempting hot dogs, thirst-quenching soft drinks, fresh, crunchy popcorn, a complete assortment of delicious candy, and a full line of cigarettes. You've plenty of time, so visit the snack bar now. A tasty treat will double your enjoyment of the show. For your convenience, we shall keep you informed of the remaining intermission time, 3 minutes before the next show starts. The next show will start in 2 minutes.
Just a minute, folks. Yes, that's all it takes to visit our refreshment counter in the lobby. There you'll find popcorn and an assortment of popular candy bars to please every taste. Try one of these delicious candy bars. Big Time, Butternut, Milkshake, Payday, topped with Hollywood's super rich coating of the kind you like best. They taste wonderful, they're delicious, they're nutritious. Get one at our confection counter in the lobby now.
The next show will start in 1 minute.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all...
All right, everybody, we're gonna get started again. That might be the only nice thing about having coffee house separately is there's enough bathrooms for everyone. All right, so let me see, I'll tell a joke while we're waiting for everyone to trickle in. So let's see.
Trickle, that's funny.
The media figured out why Trump thinks he doesn't have to wear a mask to protect himself from viruses. Apparently somebody told him he has diplomatic immunity. Yeah. So it's easily confused, you know. Doesn't have the intelligence of a toddler.
Tough to tell jokes while being without feedback, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know.
It was awesome. Everybody is just, you're killing it.
It's okay. I've never needed anyone to laugh at my jokes because I laugh at my own jokes, so it works out.
You're doing great. You're doing great, Laurel.
Thanks. Up next, we have Kathy Salzana, who's going to play the guitar for us.
This is Puff the Magic Dragon by Peter, Paul, and Mary. Please sing along. Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Oh, Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sail. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whene'er they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Oh, Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. A dragon lives forever, but not so little boys. Painted wings and giant rings make way for other toys. One grey night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more, and Puff that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff, Puff no longer, blah, blah, blah. A dragon lives forever, whoop. Dragon lives forever, but not so little boys. Painted wings and giant rings make way for other toys. One gray night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more, and Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His hand was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Thank you. Well, I'm going to miss everybody until next week. This is Leaving on a Jet Plane. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. Hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down, so many times I've played around. I tell you now, they don't mean nothing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll wear your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you. One more time, let me kiss you, then close your eyes. I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the times I won't have to say. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. See.
Yay, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for braving the stage. And you played the guitar so well, and it's really quite beautiful, so thank you for that. Up next, we have Gregory Redfern. I always say his last name wrong. Everyone welcome Gregory to the stage.
Hi, all my friends from MUUSA. This is a song called Cakewalk into Town. Taj Mahal recorded it, but really no one knows who originally wrote it. So it's just, think of it as a blues standard. I had the blues so bad one time I put my face in a permanent frown. You know, I'm feeling so much better I can't walk into town. Oh honey, I woke up feeling so good. You know, I laid back down again. Throw a big leg over me, mama, I might not feel this good again. Oh my baby, oh baby, I do love the way she walks. And when my baby gets sleepy, I love the way she baby talks. I had the blues so bad one time I put my face in a permanent frown. You know, I'm feeling so much better I can't walk into town. I love to take a picnic in the country, and I love to stay all day. I wouldn't do nothing but while my time away. Oh, my work's getting scarce, oh baby, my work, yeah, it done got hard. I spent all my time stealing chickens from the rich folks' yard.
Love it.
That's really beautiful. I liked the background too. Looked comfortable. All right. Here's where things kind of get super intense. So you guys are ready for a ride. So up next we have a crowd pleaser, and we have a couple of videos from the Tepemas who send their regards.
This is a song about another mother figure. The Mandolin Orange song that was written a few years ago is about the Statue of Liberty. The woman holding a torch and enlightening the world was for so many a sign of hope and welcome to a place heretofore unknown to them. Give me your poor, your tired, your hut. This is a song about another mother figure. The Mandolin Orange song that was written a few years ago is about the Statue of Liberty. The woman holding a torch and enlightening the world was for so many a sign of hope and welcome to a place heretofore unknown to them. Give me your poor, your tired, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free were words that became synonymous with the American dream that we want to believe. The omnipresent beacon standing in New York Harbor facing east was the first thing so many of our immigrant ancestors saw before they set foot on American soil. It seems, though, that we, her children, aren't living up to her ideals and following her shining example. If we're not actively closing our doors and hearts to our brothers and sisters at our gate, we are, many of us, complicit in ignoring their desperate plea. At my gate I'll always greet you. At my door you're welcome in. There can be no transgression as a means to an end. On the wolves are howling, open arms are closed in fear, helping hands are clenched in anger, broken hearts beyond repair. Everything's so great, can't get better, makes me wanna cry. I'll go out howling the moon tonight. There she stands so tall and mighty, with her keen and watchful eye, and the heart of a mother holding out her guiding light. It's a hard road to travel, this old rock from end to end. The sun it rises on her brow and sets upon the great expanse. Everything's so great, can't get better, makes me wanna cry. I'll go out howling at the moon tonight. There she stands so tall and mighty, her gaze facing the east. At her back her doors are closing, as we grin and bare our teeth. On the wind the wolves are howling, she cries they're drawing near. Turn around, my darling, no, the wolves are here. Everything's so great, can't get better, makes me wanna cry. I'll go out howling the moon tonight. Everything's so great, can't get better, makes me wanna cry. But I'll go out howling the moon tonight. Yeah, I'll go out howling the moon tonight. This is the song about a for you, there'll be no more crying. For you, the sun will be shining, and I feel it when I'm with you. It's alright, yeah, I know it's right. To you, I'll give the world. To you, I'll never be cold. 'Cause I feel it when I'm with you. It's alright, I know it's right. And the songbirds keep singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. And I wish you all the love in the world. But most of all, I wish it from myself. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. Like never before. Like never before.
He's a comment.
Yeah.
Love some Tefema music. Again, I love the waves of cheering. To me, it's awesome. All right, let's keep the good music rolling. So up next, I would like to invite Steve Kroenke to the stage, who's going to introduce what they'll be singing tonight.
Wait, you said good music? Okay, so many years ago at MUUSA, we did a Vespers that was the 7 Unitarian Universalist principles according to Gilbert and Sullivan. Some of you may remember that. And so anyway, earlier this spring, someone sent me some one verse of a parody of the Major General's patter song from the Pirates of Penzance, and I thought it was sort of coronavirus themed, and I thought I could maybe figure out a way to turn it into something that was a little more aligned with the UU principles. I happen to have other people who are quarantined with me here, who volunteered to help. I apologize in advance because normally we spend about 6 minutes rehearsing something, and this was maybe 5. So in any case, the original work was by W.S. Gilbert and Arthur Sullivan. I don't know who wrote the first verse, but I wrote the second, the next 2 verses. And I belabor that because otherwise Pam Blevins Hinkle would beat me up. And she could do it. So without further ado, I am the very model of a UU social distancer.
I am the UU model of effective social distancing. I listen to the experts on the topic of resistancing. I know that brunch and yoga class aren't nearly as imperative as doing what I can to change the nation's viral narrative. Very well acquainted to it, living solitarily, and confident that everyone can do it temporarily. Go take a walk or ride a bike or dig into an unread book. Avoid the bars and restaurants and carry out or learn to cook. There's lots of stuff to watch online while keeping safe from sinus ills. In this case, it's far better to enjoy your Netflix minus chills. Adopt a pet, compose a ballad, write some earnest doggerel, and help demolish Trump before our next event inaugural. I wear a mask when shopping and I sanitize my surfaces. I wash my hands, don't touch my face for all intents and purposes. I gained a couple pounds in places I don't care to mention here. The problem isn't viruses, it's probably because of beer. I try to get some exercise if I can get away from Zoom, which usually involves me moving slowly to another room. Then I lie down and take a nap, and pretty soon I start to snore. If you are napping too, I think that you had better shut the door. Pandemics are alarming, but they aren't insurmountable. If everybody pitches in to hold ourselves accountable. In short, please do your part to practice prudent coexistencing and be the very model of effective social distancing.
social distancing.
In fact, when I observe the 7 UU principles and try to think of others because no one is invincible, when I have checked my privilege before a word I start to say, when I believe in science more than what the Cheeto tweets today, when I am doing all I can to keep my neighbors safe from me, when I appreciate that other people do the same for me, in short, when there are miles of social distancing between me and you. You'd say that's what it means to be a highly principled UU.
You say that's what it means to be a highly principled UU. You say that's what it means to be a highly principled UU. You say that's what it means to be a highly principled UU.
So even though we had to have a mini MUUSA week this year, we still enjoyed the workshops and performances we got to hear. But if we keep our distances and wear a mask that doesn't leak, we'll see each other once again on Sun and Lake in just a week.
But if we keep our distances and wear a mask that doesn't leak, we'll see each other once again on Sun and Lake in just a week.
Woo! Marvelous, marvelous.
Oh. That was really great. Hey, Steve, who are those people you were singing with? Uh-oh, you're on mute?
Got it. Now I'm unmuting.
You got it.
That was, some of you may have met Jane McLeod. Also, Sophie, my daughter Sophie, who lives in Chicago, and my daughter Nell, who lives with us. Anyway, they were eager to be backup singers.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. That's really funny. All right, up next, we're going to see more of Jane, actually, and we're going to invite Sandman up onto the stage with Jane. Come on up.
If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me and ease my pain?
If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain.
In the night forlorn, the morning's born, and the morning shines with lights of love. You will miss sunrise if you close your eyes. That would break my heart in two. Lady, with me now, and I will show her how. Lay her lily hand in mine. Look, that little green, she's a sight to see, and a treasure for the poor to find. If I needed you, would you come to me? Come to me and ease my pain. If you needed me, I would come to you.
Yay! Yay!
Cool, very cool.
How did they do that?
We must have lost our spotlight ability.
I think we lost Steve. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think our spotlight guy is taking a short break.
No, I'm drinking.
Awesome. All right.
No, I had all sorts of people that I had to mute. I was busy.
He was socializing.
I was busy.
You've done a very good job, Steve. Thank you.
Actually, I was all verklempt with Jane and John singing.
All right, Sandman, I want you to keep things rolling, and why don't you invite Mr. Bob Booth up to the stage with you?
Yeah, 12 o'clock somewhere.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, rolling like a breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, straining water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eye, country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. I hear a voice in the morning hours, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down this road, I get a feeling I should have been home yesterday. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road, take me home, down country road, take me home, down country road. When the shadows of this life are over, I'll fly away like a bird from these prison walls. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah.
Yes, yes, yes.
In the hills of Montana, there's a timber wolf howling. Rangers are prowling for a woman alone. She'd run away from her Indian lover. He'll never recover. She turned him to stone. She drank Canadian whiskey, your blended whiskey, she drank it like wine. Her eyes are the color of Canadian whiskey, your blended whiskey, so light brown and fine.
Thank you.
Woo!
Yay!
Thank you. Lovely. Makes me want to go pour myself a drink.
Throw it over to me, Stevie.
It won't let me spotlight you.
Hold on.
There we go.
Yes.
You just said it wouldn't, and it did. Hey, I want to thank Bob Booth for getting up and singing, and Jane and everybody. It's been a great night, and Laurel and I are thinking about doing this at the half year, so we're just committing to that now, right, Laurel? So I wanted to do a couple songs live and see how that worked. So first one is one of the very first songs that I learned was a John Prine song. So we lost John Prine this past year, and talk about a singer-songwriter, which is what I'm trying to be. But this was the first song that I learned of his, and it's pretty apropos in this day and age. So this is a song called That's the Way the World Goes Round. I know a guy, he's got a lot to lose, a pretty nice fella, kinda confused, muscles in his head, he ain't ever used, thinks he owns half of this town. He starts drinking, gets a big red nose, and he beats his old lady, rubber hose, takes her out to dinner, buys her new clothes. That's the way the world goes round. That's the way the world goes round. You're up one day, the next you're down, it's half an inch of water, you think you're gonna drown. That's the way the world goes round. I was sitting in my bathtub, counting my toes, the radiator broke, the water all froze, I got stuck in the ice without any clothes. naked as the eyes of a clown. I was crying those ice cubes, hoping I croak. The sun came through the window, the ice had all broke. I stood up and laughed, I thought it was a joke, but that's the way the world goes round. That's the way the world goes round. You're up one day, the next you're down. It's half an inch of water, you think you're gonna drown. That's the way the world goes round. That's the way the world goes round. You're up one day, the next you're down. It's half an inch of water, you think you might drown. That's the way the world goes round. That's the way this world goes round. That's the way that this world goes round.
Thank you.
The enchilada song.
All right, last song I'm going to do here. Thank you all. Appreciate it so much. I've been trying to keep up with all these excellent songwriters we have here. And Dave, I'd always heard about Frog and Toad, but man, to actually see you play, that was fantastic. Steve Kroenke shot me a note in the middle of it and said, he's in the band. I was like, hell yeah. So hope you come back to camp, Dave. We'd love to have you. So I'm from Cincinnati and go to Heritage Universalist Unitarian Church. We put the Universalists first when they were created way back in the 1800s. And another thing about the Cincinnati is a big brewing town. Used to be at one time the beer capital of the U.S. Not so much anymore. And so this is a song I wrote about a guy named Davis Embry who started beer making in Cincinnati. Started making porters and ale, some of those stronger drinks, and they didn't work out that well. And it wasn't until they imported some of the German technology, a lot of Germans here in Cincinnati, from Germany, that they started making lagers, and that's when they really got successful. This is a song I wrote called Porters and Ales. Davis Embry began as a strong-willed young man. Give this brewing thing a chance. While he knew all the ways to make porters and ales, he found that they tasted quite bad. He made porters and ales, but they all soon would fail. People did not like that kind, so they fired up the stills and they'd soon get their fill, making one batch of lager each time. The yeast started on top, like he learned from his pop. Flavor just wasn't enough, so they moved the yeast down. Soon they had found flavors were really good stuff. He made porters and ales, but they all soon did fail. People did not like that kind, so they fired up the stills, soon got their fill, making one batch of lager each time. Breweries popped up in droves since he became king of the hill and the Rhine. And I bet you can find a great beer of your choice, brewed by Cincy's most best and most fine. They made porters and ales, but they all soon would fail. People did not like that kind, so they fired up their stills and soon get their fill, making one batch of lager each time. They made porters and ales, but they all did fail. People did not like that kind, so they fired up those stills, Lord, and soon got their fill, making one batch of lager each time. Making one batch of lager each time. I drink one batch of lager each time, each and every time.
All right, John.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Should be in the UU hymnal.
Yeah, there you go.
Great to sing with you, John.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. Love you.
Yeah.
All
Love
right,
you too, son.
Thanks for running tech too.
Yep, trying. There I am. Oh, no, switch right back. Hold on.
You're good. You're spotlighted.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So we have one last act left. And for those who were at MUUSA 2-3 years ago, you might remember this individual. I started to nickname him after his time slot at Coffee House. So everyone, please welcome Steve Patterson, the closer, to the stage.
Woo, bravo!
Woo, 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 woo.
Man, look at that professional setup.
Wow, I'm intimidated.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I've been saving up for a long time for this.
I guess.
Straight from Nashville.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to come in and after 3 years and just do a layup, you know? I felt like doing a slam dunk. I'm going to play a couple songs, have a little fun, close out the night. And
Give us a little strum on your guitar. Make sure we can hear it. All good. Yep.
So I'll start off with like a really mellow tune, get me in the mood. So, Pink Floyd, is anybody out there? Anybody?
Woo-woo!
Nice.
Yeah, what a way to start off. My most difficult song.
Why did you start it out with an easy one, Steve? I mean,
yeah.
So the next song I'm going to do is not so much a song as it is a tradition. Little bunny hug bingo. And for those that are not in the know, Bunny Hug Bingo is a game that began with Eve Loftman. She distributed these sheets around camp to get people to kind of mix circles and get to know one another. And then I was at Coffee House one night, you know, trying to fill out my card just like everybody else, doing it the right way, you know, going about doing it one person at a time, getting to know everybody. And, you know, during this evening at Coffee House, I noticed the host of Coffee House was saying, okay, all right. Thank you, performer. You did a great, fantastic job. Okay, all right.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
Get up on that mic. It's hard to hear you when you're getting back. So closer.
Okay. All right. I'll speak. I'll get closer to it.
There you go. That's better.
So, you can probably hear me better now. So the host would then go to her sheet, and then she would query the audience on, do you know somebody that was a one-time, professional boxer? And she was exploiting her position as a coffee house host. So I see this song as a song of struggle against the elites who had that right. And so I myself created a platform for myself that I could get on stage, play my guitar, and get my squares filled out on Bunny Hug Bingo and get all the prizes. So that's where this tradition began. Oh, I should also mention that the first time I ever did the song, I went back and watched the video. I was a bit nervous. I'd only been playing guitar for a few months. I mentioned that I was going to do this special finger picking technique, and I only learned it last week. And that I wrote this song last night, and I watched as people squirmed in their seat and like, oh, this is gonna suck. So then I got into the song, and I played about maybe 10 seconds into it, and I miffed it up so bad I had to restart the whole song over again. And you could see people grabbing into their bags, getting their knitting needles out. Guys were grabbing magazines, and they were just gonna endure it. Like a good coffee house resident would do, but then it became a tradition after that. So, Bunny Hug Bingo. I forget how it goes. It's a very easy song. Bunny Hug Bingo. How many UUs do you know? Bunny Hug Bingo. How many UUs do you know? Coronavirus Mini MUUSA edition. Do you know somebody who wears their nose outside their mask? Anybody? Lauren, if you just want to unmute everybody, we'll have complete chaos here. I might regret this decision, but go by all means. Do you know somebody who made money on the stock market this year? Anybody? Do you know somebody who lost weight during quarantine?
No. I did.
Anybody?
I did.
Names. I want names. And how could
goes.
Bunny Hug Bingo. How many UUs do you know? Bunny Hug Bingo. How many UUs do you know? Oh yeah. Do you know somebody who is watching Coffee House right now with more animals than humans? Anybody? Do you know somebody that can do a great Nate Warner impression? Anybody?
My beer right now.
Are you muting everybody? I said, does anybody know anybody who knows a great Nate Warner impression? Anybody?
The hops in this beer are very distinctive.
Here we go.
Pamela can do a great Nate Warner impression. Bunny Hug Bingo. How many UUs do you know? Bunny Hug Bingo.
Get a piece of chocolate. Shoot. I don't like coconut.
Coronavirus Mini MUUSA edition. I keep going on these folks. Do you know? Somebody who says they're 6 feet apart, but they're only really 5 feet 8 inches. Anybody? I think there's a measuring joke in there that anybody. All right, somebody. Okay.
One-armed fisherman joke.
That's left for lunch night.
Do you know? someone who used the social distancing excuse with their family? Anybody, 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 anybody. Do you know? Do you know somebody who said they had COVID back in January? Anybody, 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 anybody. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know who killed Carol Baskin's husband? Anybody, 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 anybody. We all know. Yeah.
It was Carol Baskin.
Baskin.
Carol Baskins.
Carol Baskin killed Baskin's husband. Bunny hug bingo. How many U's do you know? Bunny hug bingo. How many U's do you know?
1,000.
Do you know? Do you know someone who spent 10 hours during quarantine drawing an underwater sea mural? Anybody, 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 anybody. Wait a second. I know that guy. It was me. Bunny hug bingo.
Excellent.
I know I missed a couple on my sheet here.
It's been a long few years.
I had a lot of material this year. I missed a few on my little sheet, but yeah. All right. Okay. So I'll do one final song. I'm doing this song because I love this little tune. I'm going to end it. Like with everything, I'm about 75% on this song. But it's worth doing. It's worth trying. And you guys, this is the most supportive crowd I've ever been in front of. So you've always been that way. Being at MUUSA has always been a treat for me, and you know, like it's like your loving grandmother out there. So I know you guys are appreciating, and I appreciate everybody else that came up tonight. And I like the idea.
You're doing well, little Stevie.
Thanks, Grandma. So this final song is, I'm always the optimist, always look on kind of the bright side, and I think that, we could use a little optimism right now. And one thing I know is no matter how dark things get, the sun always comes out, always rises. It has a sort of a cleansing effect on everything. So the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun. And like I said, I'm 75% on this one. Let me lose these things. By the way, audio okay?
Yep, sounds good. Stay close to the mic. Sounds good.
Okay. I was a little bit off on the capo, so we'll try that again. But comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here comes. Sun, 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 here comes. Sun, 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 here comes. Little darling, I feel that ice slowly melt. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Good night. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Laura.
Back. Come back.
Come back, come back.
Closure.
Thank you, Steve.
Back already.
Closure.
Come back.
Closure.
Nailed it. Awesome.
Encore, encore.
I can do an encore.
Oh, thank you.
Of course
Steve,
you can
is
do
that
it
your
encore.
studio?
Did someone say more? Did someone? I heard someone say more.
Play one more, Steve. Play one
Someone
more.
said more. No, that I told Sam I was going to play this, but I didn't practice it very much. But I'm 65% on this one.
You only got to practice 6 minutes, Steve. That's all it takes.
Okay, all right. This one's going to be fun. So,
You got this.
all right. I got two more I could do after this, by the way. And then one more after that. Capo on the 5th. Let's do that. And we're going to finger pick this one because there are no layups for the closer. Oh, you know what I was going to do? Okay. This is my harmonica necklace. Because, you know, why not? And then I got a foot tambourine going over here, and then I've got the Corona Cajon. Did anybody else think that he was going to say Corona Cajones? Am I the only one? I thought he should say this song is but it was the Corona Cajon. So I guess it's just me. I wonder if Hey, Sandman, how's the guitar on this one?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. This is a song by Robert Earl Keen called "Feeling Good Again," and yeah, it's really good. Makes me feel good. Standing there on Main Street, across from Mr. Blues, my faded leather jacket and my weathered broken shoes. A chill north wind was blowing, but spring was coming on, as I wondered to myself just how long I'd been gone. So I strolled across Main Street, I climbed a flight of stairs, I stepped into the hall, and all my friends were there. A neon sign was flashing, welcome, come on in, oh, it feels so good, feeling good again. My favorite band was playing an Otis Redding song, and when they sang the chorus, everybody sang along. Dan and Margarita were swaying side by side, and I heard they were divorcing, but I guess they let that slide. I wish I had some money with which to buy a round. I wish I'd cashed my paycheck just before I'd come to town. But I reached into my pocket, pulled out 3 20s and a 10. Oh, it feels so good, feel good again. This is maybe I'm in the wrong. Well, doesn't matter. There was old man Perkins sitting on his stool, watching Butch and Jimmy Ray talking loud and playing pool. The boys from Silver City were standing by the fire, and they were singing like they thought they were the Tabernacle Choir. I wanted you to see them all, I wish that you were there. I looked across the room and I saw you standing on the stair. And when I caught your eye, I saw you break into a grin. Oh, it feels so good, feel good again. I wanted you to see them all, I wish that you were there. I looked across the room and I saw you standing on the stairs. And when I caught your eye, I saw you break into a grin. Oh, it feels so good, feel good again. Oh, it feels so good, feel good again. All right, thank you guys.
Woo! Thank you, Steve. Great to hear your voice.
Yay.
Come on back, Steve. Good to see you.
Job, Laurel.
Good to see Laurel, too.
Thank you, Laurel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Laurel's wonderful.
Thanks, Laurel. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Before we part ways, I have a couple things. So first off, if no one has told you, even though we didn't have MUUSA and that Trout Lodge is letting us come back next year, even though we're not there this year, we did incur some charges. And if you enjoyed Mini MUUSA, then maybe make a donation. It doesn't have to be much, $5, $20, and that way we're not totally at a loss for this year, and we can continue doing fun things like this and other workshops. So every year I close Coffee House each night with a hymn that I learned when I was growing up in my UU Church of Elgin, Illinois. It's a familiar tune. It's an old folk tune, I believe. So you may recognize the tune. And I'm going to sing it through once on my own, and then I'm going to ask that everybody join in. And John, I believe, is going to put some lyrics up. So. Let peace encircle all the world. Let all on earth join hand in hand. A living bond of fellowship. A voice of love in every land. Let peace encircle all the world. Let all on earth join hand in hand. A living bond of fellowship. A voice of love in every land. All right, love you guys.
Amen. Amen.
Good job, Laurel.
Good job, Laurel.
Love you.
We love you, Laurel.
You're beautiful.
Great job, Laurel. Thank you, everyone.
We're going to talk, so if any of you want to be found.